Her best friend insulted me at dinner. He said she could do way better than you. I shut him down in front of everyone. She snapped at me. Apologize or we're done. I didn't argue. I just smiled. I stayed quiet. But weeks later, when she came home, she finally understood what done really means. For 3 years, life with Maria was good. Actually, it was great. I'm a lawyer, so most of my days are filled with lies, betrayal, and the ugly side of people. But coming home to her felt like breathing fresh air after drowning. She was a paralegal, sharp and ambitious, with dreams of going to law school herself. I loved that fire in her. I thought we were building something real, a home, a future. I wasn't just paying bills for a girlfriend. I was investing in the woman I planned to marry. But there was always this quiet unease, a small noise in the background. And that noise had a name, Daniel. Daniel was her best friend from college. He called himself an artist, though he mostly designed flyers and menus just to survive. To Maria, he was her soulmate friend, the guy who protected her after her ex broke her heart. To me, he was a parasite always finding ways to undermine me without ever saying it directly. He was skilled at it too. Small digs disguised as jokes. Subtle comments that made me look like the boring, safe choice, while he painted himself as the exciting, free spirit she once loved. And Maria believed him. If I complained, she defended him. He's just being Daniel. He was there when I was heartbroken. He cares about me. His family, Mark. I was patient. A lawyer doesn't jump on the first slip-up. You wait. You let the other person reveal themselves. You let them hand you the rope. And one night, Daniel finally did. I had just won the biggest case of my career. 6 months of sleepless nights, missed weekends that had all paid off. To celebrate, I threw a dinner party at my house. My closest friends were there. And, of course, Maria invited Daniel. The night was perfect at first. Laughter, good wine, people I loved. But Daniel drank too much and decided to perform. He rambled on about art and creativity, throwing shade at suits like me. My friends rolled their eyes. I ignored him. But then, he turned to Maria and said with fake concern, "I just hope you're happy, Maria. Mark's a great guy, stable, reliable, safe. But come on, she could do way better than you." The room froze. Everyone was silent. Maria blushed, embarrassed, not angry at him, but at the scene. That was the moment I knew exactly what to do. I put down my fork, folded my hands, and looked Daniel in the eye. Calm, cold, controlled. That's a bold claim, Daniel. Tell me, what does a better man for Maria look like? Be specific. He stuttered. He expected a fight, not a cross-examination. Finally, he said, "Someone more creative. Someone who understands her better. Like me." I nodded. "So, you're the gold standard. Let's examine that." I laid it out piece by piece. I reminded him that I was paying for Maria's law school, a top program with sky-high tuition, because I believed in her future. I pointed out that the car she drove every day, the one that kept her safe, I had bought for her. Meanwhile, his car was a broken convertible that Maria had loaned him money to fix money that came from my account. I reminded him that the house we were sitting in, the roof over her head, was mine. I paid for it. I fixed it. I built it. Then I summed it up. So your position is this: a man who provides a stable home, a safe car, and funds her education is a worse choice than a man who drains her money, sabotages her relationship, and hides his obsession behind friendship. Did I get that right, Daniel? He sat there destroyed. My friends glared at him with disgust. But Maria? Her face twisted with anger, not at him, but at me. She stood up, shaking, and hissed, "I can't believe you humiliated him like that. Apologize. Right now. Or we're done." And that was it. The choice was clear. She wasn't defending me, the man who built her future. She was defending him, the parasite who mocked me in my own home. That was the moment the love I had for her died. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just smiled small, sad, and final. And I left the room. Maria stormed out with Daniel that night. She even moved in with him. She thought I'd come begging, that I'd crawl back to fix things. But I didn't. Instead, I disappeared. No calls. No texts. Nothing. In those 2 weeks, I packed every piece of her stuff into boxes, changed the locks, and reset the security system. Then, I made 2 important phone calls. First, I called her law school. I told the dean that the scholarship fund I'd set up for her tuition was being dissolved. Then I called my firm. I had pulled strings to get her a prestigious internship, her golden ticket. I told them it had to be withdrawn. It wasn't revenge. It was simple. My investment was tied to our partnership. She broke it, so the support ended. 2 weeks later, she came back. Her key didn't work. She rang the bell, desperate. She looked exhausted, broken. Mark, we need to talk. No, Maria, we don't. She begged, cried, and pleaded. You can't just throw away 3 years over one fight. It wasn't a fight, I said. It was the truth. You chose him, and now you live with that choice. When I told her about the scholarship and the internship, her face went pale. She whispered, You can't do that. I already have. Actions have consequences. You gave me an ultimatum to apologize, or it's over. Issues over. Now go ask Daniel for help. After all, he's the better man, isn't he? I closed the door. She stood there crying, but I felt nothing. Just silence. The rest played out exactly as expected. She dropped out of law school, her dream gone. She stayed with Daniel in his tiny apartment. Friends say she resents him, and he's stuck with a bitter, broken woman who reminds him every day of what he cost her. He got the girl, but not the version he wanted. He got a shell of her, one he can't fix. As for me, I didn't do it for revenge. I did it because loyalty is the foundation of any relationship. She tore that foundation apart. And when you do that, the builder walks away, leaving you standing in the ruins of what you destroyed. Now she knows what done really means.